What's going on, guys? Jurassic here. Today we're back to EVE Online. Alright, so starting our conversation with a brand new agent, the situation has gotten complicated. That current security deployment won't last long against those drones. The local commander, Witelma, seems just happy to contain the drones, but only buys the little bastards more time to escape or supplement their numbers. I need to know more about the commander and why he doesn't seem to know what he's doing. I have a friend named Nachi Koruda working for the House of Records who should have the answers. Fly over the archives facility where she works and return to me with anything that might offer some explanations. It isn't glamorous work, but it needs to be done. We want to make informed decisions on how to proceed. By the way, it turns out if you pick up any suspected packages around the area, it will turn you into a suspect level to where capsules are actually able to attack us for 15 minutes. There was a lot of ammunition that was just floating around in space. It looked like the box was just open there, so I was like, yeah, I'll just grab it. It's not even that much ammo anyways, though. Still thought it was pretty cool. Anyway, we're gonna see what would happen.
Waypoint reached.
Some missions are relatively easily where it's just going to be a deliver mission, so once again, we just talk to the agent and complete the mission. It says Witelma got to his position thanks to family connections. Bad news for us. The situation we have is a delicate one. We can't go after Witelma directly. Even though he doesn't really have a clue about what he's doing, he's too well connected to displace without good reason. I'd expect this sort of thing from the Galente, but not from inside the state. He managed to use a rank because of his hard work and dedication, not because his father has friends in the bureaucracy. Someone else can help with the situation, a true warrior, a dutiful servant of the state. The first difficult is freeing up his schedule. We can handle that part. I can deal with the paperwork up for his resignment. He's currently on deployment in a nearby system and dealing with a mercenary force we believe to be funded by Garrota's pirates. If you can take out all the Garrotta ships, then I can arrange to have him resign to the drone problem. Alright, so you need to destroy all the enemies within this vicinity. So far there's only 4, so it's not really going to be that crazy, but I'm guessing more are going to spawn in based on the way the rest of the questline has been going so far. Now it seems like it takes quite a while to actually research to get to the next tier cannon, so we might have to see if we can like use like a different brand or something eventually. Alright, so we'll turn you off. Should be good. Woo! That was a pretty dirty hit you just did. Alright, oh, these guys die like super quick. They got cool missiles though, I'm not gonna lie. But cool missiles will not be enough. Alright, so both of them are staying within 5, so we should be able just to lock on and just wipe them out relatively easily. We got plenty of cannons to actually do this. Alright, so let's orbit you. Once we get within 5,000, we'll be able to start attacking. He's just a little bit too far away at the current time. Alright, there we go. We're good now. I still think the orbital camera is probably the best mode to actually see stuff inside this game. Alright, sweet. I'm pleased to inform you that everything went smoothly after the transfer. One of the first things our commander did was to request the frigate and cruiser backup for his fleet. They should be capable of defending themselves if the drones try to flight their way out. I'm pleased to inform you that everything went smoothly with the transfer. One of the first things our new commander did was to request the frigate and cruiser back up his fleet. They should be capable of defending themselves if the drones try to fight their way out. Stupid Witelma! He wasn't coordinating with the Navy's Emergency Logistics Division. There's a colony nearby that missed a shipment of farming supplies thanks to the chaos caused by these drones. If we don't make the delivery ourselves, then we risk the entire agricultural economy. Once you take these goods over to the fleet, they will deal with the rest. We can finally turn our focus towards the underlying cause of all these problems. You will need at least 150 M3 of cargo space to make the delivery. Keep that in mind. The Calderi forces look far between prepared for this time around. Anti-support frigates and cruisers flank their larger allies, standing ready and being able to deal with smaller hostiles that come their way. If these drones try to escape, the faster and more agile ones won't slip past the mass fleet so easily. Alright, so all we gotta do is open the container. We do have a few hostiles over there, and I guess we have a few allies this time around? Alright, so farming supplies go inside of the storage warehouse. Yes, I received word from the colony they should be able to stick their production schedule, which is great news. Thank you, Cretaceous. You've done the Kalteri people a great service today. If you need any further help with your drone investigation, just say the word. Normally the local security forces would want to handle this drone threat themselves, but we're willing to contract the job out to a capsular. You have to go in alone while our fleet holds the line. I suggest you take some friends into the fight. The drones have been growing in number as more corrupted somehow find their way to the swarm. Once you neutralize the threat, you should search the wreckage for something that will help you with your investigation. Alright, so is that going to be inside the area that we're still at? It is not. Alright, so all we have to do is destroy all the vehicles inside the vicinity here. Now, they did recommend having more than one person, however, we are a one-man squad here, so we'll see how this works out for us. I mean, I'm guessing it can't really be too bad though, right? Although they are relatively close together, it's mainly going to be if they have like the warp thing to where we're not able to like dip out of here. So as long as we pick any destination, like one of these places, for example, we should be able to warp out relatively quickly. They don't seem the smartest because they're definitely wasting a bunch of ammo. We're just going to harvest this first guy first. Wipe him out. Cannons are locking on and engaging with the target. Yeah, especially if they want to sit there and just waste all their ammo before we even get here, we'll be fine. We just have to watch our health because there is a lot of them all shooting us at the same time here. Locking on to the next target. Now this guy's a little bit further away, so we might miss a few shots. There we go. 53 is that? Oh, hold on. Orbit you. So it seems like they're dying relatively quickly. I'm not sure if that's just the amount of cannons we have or if it's just that they don't have much health. The good news is we can actually somewhat survive doing it like this. Alright, circle around. Alright, now they're all starting to grow up, so that might be a little bit of an issue for us. As long as we can stay within the 5 range though, it seems like it just takes a couple seconds to actually kill them. Shield is almost fully depleted though, so we are going to have to watch out for that. Alright, so armor repair guy, it is your time to shine. Micro warp drive, we can turn you off because you are no longer needed. Oh, whoa, whoa, hold on, we're getting too far away. Alright, so that's everybody at the top completely wiped out, so now we're just closing in on the rest of the targets here. So we turn you off, that way we don't accidentally run you too much. Alright, so let's just get within the area here. Now thankfully they're all sort of clumped together, so even if it's the guns are like missing and attacking someone else, it'll relatively hit somebody. Still seem to be doing decent though, there's only a couple left. don't even think we're going to need to like click to orbit anymore. As long as they're staying within this area here and we're just like 1 or 2 hitting most things, we should be good. Logging on to the next one, and he's wiped out. Yeah, we'll just stay here where we are. If this number gets above like 5,000, then we'll have to start orbiting, but we should be good. There's only one guy left. You know what, we'll turn the armor repair guy on just in case like more start popping out of nowhere. That's it. Nice flying, pilot. The last of the drones taken care of. Feel free to inspect the wreckage if you like, but I just received an official transmission for you from Sisters of E. Looks like they're going for a new lead for you to chase up anyways. Thank you for taking care of that drone problem. A capsular like you may not consider it a big achievement, but trust me, you've done what few others could. You clearly have a great future ahead of you. I hope to continue to use that talent to good things, either within the state or elsewhere. I've just contacted by Sister of Lertra. She wants you to get back in touch with her right away. Here, take this transponder beacon with you when you leave. That way I know when you arrive safely. So this is 333,000 is just for driving to the next location, really? That's paying pretty good. Alright, so back to Moon 3. The rogue drones you and I both want has been spotted in a dead space pocket near one of the stations, building a swarm of drones. I think it's going to try to destroy that station. There are 15 people on that expedition. Bring them all back home safely. You have a chance to save some lives and deal with that drone once and for all. So, okay, so it's only 15 cargo space. We're good. Is it just 2 enemies that we're supposed to be fighting? I'm guessing the longer it takes you to get to him, the more he's going to be able to mate, possibly? As long as we take the infestors out, I feel like they can't really have too many other drones going up, right? Alright, so we're going to use a similar strategy to last time. Basically, our plan is just to tank majority of the damage here. Seems like we can overpower a lot of these drones, so it's not really too big of an issue with 7 cannons on top of our ship. We're just going to have to keep track of like who's in the right area here because they are split apart a lot more this time around. Alright, so you're far away. Hold up. Let's do you. Orbit. Just going to take a little bit of damage. Now they are going to start getting grouped up here in a second. In which case, I mean, the good thing is we'll be able to take them out easier. The bad news is we're going to have to do it relatively quickly or else we're going to take a lot of damage. Alright, so scrolling up some, you can see on the top area here that we have a lot more that are a little bit closer to us. So once we get to 5,000, we can use our gun. I'm not even going to worry about turning it on now because it's a little bit too far away. We'll turn our warp drive off since everything's relatively in the same area here. We don't really have to run too far from these things. Five, 8. All right, we're good. That's also going to save some capacity charge for our armor repair guy. All right, so we'll orbit you yet again. It's kind of crazy how it went from missions that we were like dying immediately to missions where we're actually able to do majority of the damage completely fine. So I'm wondering if one of the arcs is intended for something a little bit later on than where we're at capability wise. So I do have research going on for a lot of upgrades for the ship. It's just going to take a while before I'm actually able to get to like the tier 2 cannon. So I think the tier 1 cannons are probably about what we're going to be able to be maxed out on. However, they do have different tier 1 cannons inside the game, so there might be ones that are better than the Gatling cannons. For now though, they seem to be doing alright. We just have one more ship after this guy gets blown up inside the area next to us. Then we have a lot super far away. I don't know. You. Alright, so let's orbit this guy. Looks like we already took out the majority of his stuff anyways. Alright, so 23. So we got a couple that are kind of getting close to us, but they're not really charging us, which is a little weird. Wait, what? Alright, so apparently we're going to be attacking this little wreck thing first. kind of weird. I haven't quite figured out how to stop the cannons from targeting whatever they want to. Like, for example, if we start shooting one guy and then I accidentally click on a different target, it seems like they want to stay on the same target regardless if you swap to like where they're locked into. Alright, so you're blowed up. Can I actually attack the guy shooting us now, please? Nice. Alright, so 30 kilometers, so I mean everything else is relatively far away. I mean, it'll give it time for our shield to regenerate while we get to the next area, at least. They're far enough away that I think the micro warp drive is going to be turned on. That way we can save some time here. I mean, so far we only lost a little bit of our shields. We still have 65% remaining. 16, 15. All right, there we go. This is close enough. So we'll turn you off. And kill this guy. But I guess these are considered drones instead of like actual ships, because I think we were fighting a bunch of like destroyer class ships originally. And that might be why we were taking in so much extra damage, because you notice that none of them are going to be doing like the whole warp disruptors and all that extra stuff. So I feel like that's probably the reason why we're able to be much stronger than these things. Let's see, so we'll scroll up some. You know, for being in space, this area actually seems fairly bright. Must be a star or something relatively close to us. Alright, so you wiped out. Moving on to the next guy. As long as they continue to orbit it like us, we should be good. Alright, so let's take you out because the drones aren't necessarily smart enough to like leave and come back to the area, so they're just sort of sitting in one spot, allowing us just to lock onto all of them. Alright, so you're taken out, so those are all 63. There we go, Scorpius. So the Scorpion Apius. They had a lot of cool different names here. Let's see here, so you? Our shield is almost fully depleted, however, I believe most of the drone squad is also almost wiped out already. Now, last time when they said we could loot any of the drones inside the area, I didn't actually find any loot at all. And I'm guessing it's going to be like notified in a little symbol down here if it'll actually tell you. So you can like hover over it, it'll just say wreck empty. So I'm not sure why he was alluding to loot was going to be there when there wasn't. Alright, so let's get on to the next area. And start fighting the next set. So if all you have available to you is this first destroyer class ship, I think you can actually do a majority of these missions inside the Systems of Arc relatively easily. You will have to at least buy 7 cannons though, because that seems to be essential for some of these like tougher missions here. Honestly, the drones though, since we have 7 cannons shooting them, they die super quickly, so you don't really have to worry about them in like a huge cluster, really. I definitely recommend like grouping your cannons together, at least for this part earlier on. I'm sure eventually we're going to get to a stage to where it's better to have them like split up into different groups possibly. But for now, having them all like targeting the exact same target seems to be working out better for us. So many names on the list here, it's kind of confusing to find like who's the next target that we're supposed to be going for. You know, screw it. We'll go for the one up top here because I already dedicated to it, even though the other one's caught up to us first. Now, technically, these guys are taking like 7 shots each, so I guess that's why they're dying so fast, since we have so many cannons all at the same time. Still using the standard ammo though. We haven't actually swapped to like a different ammo type, different cannons, everything's still exact same as the last time we built our ship up. Now one cool thing about this game is you can actually set a preset for your ship. So for example, if you were to lose this ship and have to like rebuild everything, you can technically have it set like a class inside of a first-person shooter, where you just load up that class and as long as you have everything inside of your inventory, it'll automatically build everything for you. We need to turn around to turn you off. Looks like we got 4 more guys remaining here. Alright, so you're dead. 122 bullets in each of our guns. We're doing pretty good. By the way, if you click the unlink button, you're not able to in the combat. Your guns all share the exact same ammo type, so if you just grouped your weapons together and you're worried about them like not being able to have like enough ammunition for each one, it literally distributes every single bullet to each of the different cannons. That way they all share the exact same amount. So even when you reload, it's reloading 200 into each different gun. I think this is our last target here. Nice! Alright, so now all we need to do is find the people lost in space, which is going to be found over here. Alright, so let's loot all the people. And head back to the moon.
Warp drive active.
Bless you for saving those people. I know you didn't do this out of charity, but your help is appreciated anyways. You've been paid, but when you're ready, I have another lead for this drone. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.